Alrighty, guys. You're probably looking at this right about now and wondering, what the heck did I just click on? This must be a really, really complicated video and all this wonderful stuff. But what you guys are looking at right now is a memory system using Redpower. A memory system. Now keep that in mind. I'm going to show you what I'm using this thing for. And this is a little bit more complicated than it actually is. I've added stuff to it. This is the base memory system. This is the kind of program, if you will. And basically what this program does is it turns on these two lights in order. So I don't know if like, oh, turns on lights in order. That's really fancy right there. Oh. But what it does is it can turn on any number of lights as long as this is long enough, and it remembers which light it was on. So it will turn on this light and then this light, and if I tell it to turn off a light, it will turn off this light first and then this light. And I'll kind of show you what I'm using that for, and I'll give you a sneak peek of what I'm working on. Alright guys, so this is a music room, and basically what it's going to do is you can make your own soundtrack, and it's going to remember the notes and everything else. But the first thing I did with it is I created my memory system, and you can see right here this is the note line. And I'm planning on, like, you can fill this up with notes, and it's basically going to be like, yeah, your notes or your stanza. I don't know music terms. God, leave me alone. So this is my note line, and let's say I only have this one button keyed up, but if you listen to that sound, my bass drum sound, and you say you want that sound for your first note. So you click the button, and it tells you that you've clicked this one, and this one note is already filled up, and this is the one you're working on. And say I want another one of those, and now it knows you're on this one, and you've done this one, and you're on this one, and you'll say, I really don't like that one. I want to change that one, and I'm gonna get a little bit of FPS lagginess. So I want to delete that one. So look at this, and now it knows that you deleted the second one, and now you're just have the one, and you're still working on the second one. And this can go back and forth all day. It is really quite amazing. Like, I mean, it memorizes things. Like, I'm going to be using it for memorizing the notes in which order they were played and all sorts of wonderful stuff. And I'm not even sure if I put a clear note stuff. No, but I'll just click this button and click this button again, and it should clear the board, and we're just back where we started. So what this looks like, and I'm getting a little bit of FPS drops. I don't really know why. You're probably gonna be like, it's because all the redstone. But so this is the thing that's actually making the lights blink, and this is your memory system. I'm gonna go over here because this is the much simplified version. And so basically, what happens is I flick the lever, and what's happening is it's going through here, and it's like this on the other side too. It goes through a dip, and so the piston is covering up that dip, and it's blocking the redstone signal, so this thing can't be turned off. And so once it gets in here, it goes to toggle latch, and the toggle latch turns it on, and it sends the signal to whatever you want it to, saying turn on or do whatever. And in this case, turning on a light. And then you are going this way, and you're going over here, and this is basically how you connect to the other things. So basically, you're telling this program that this one's already on, so you can go ahead and do this one. But what's happening here is whenever you click the delete last node or delete last sequence to turn this part off, or the last part you did off, it goes through pulsar, just so you know it's pulsed. I don't know. And then it goes through this AND gate, which checks if this one is on and this one is off. So since this one is off, this AND gate is clicked, so only this one torch is on. So whenever this thing gets pinged, I don't know what's the right word for that. Anyway, it'll send the signal through here, turning this one off. And I'll show you that right now if I just take some redstone and loop it on over. Nope, I accidentally just turned it off there. But there it is, back on. And we shall loop this over here. Nope. So we can watch it. Not even sure if it'll go this far, but it will. And so this is the part we're looking at. And so, lever. You see it turned all this stuff on, and it basically switch this off, which switches this whole thing off. And so that's kind of like how you turn it off. And the cool thing though is if both of these were on, it wouldn't turn this one off. This one would stay on, and this one would go off because that's the order that they were done. Because that's how this thing works. It kind of remembers which order it was done in. And the reason it does that is pretty much for this AND gate right here, because if this one's on, this AND gate won't trigger. The pulse will still go through, but the AND gate won't allow the pulse to go through to this line, because this one is now false, or whatever you want to call it. But when they're both on, I'll show you that in a second. When they're both on, notice that pulsing this again did not turn off this line because of this piston, went down in this hole, and disconnected the redstone. And since this one is on now, all it really does is first it checks, remember this line right here, it checks to see if this one is on. And if this one's on, then it says, okay, well I guess I can do this now. And so then it toggles this, and basically repeats the whole process over again, except for this AND gate over here is powered by redstone torch, because there's nothing else over here to test whether it's on or not. But that's really no big deal, because once you add on to it, then you can hook it up with this null cell right here, which is pretty much just this line right here. And so yeah, that's how you really turn it off, and I'll show you again that whenever I flip the lever to turn it off, it does not turn off this one, but only turns off this one. You can see the lights back there in the background. As you see, it only turns off this one, and if I were to pulse it again, now it turns off that one, which is really, really quite cool. I mean, I'm actually really proud of this. I mean, I'm sure you could do it in better ways, and I guess I'll explain what this little part right here does. I didn't really want to have to do this, but I couldn't really see a way around it. What this does is, whenever this thing turns on, it sends a signal over here, and for 2 seconds, this state cell is turned on, which this piston goes out for 2 seconds, which blocks the signal from going over here, because when this one thing wasn't here, it was basically turning them all on in one swoop, I guess would be the word, because the redstone signal stayed on too long. So basically this piston is just blocking that redstone signal from getting there. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to build it now, or I guess just this 2-stage piece here. So we'll start out with a lever, which is what we're going to use to turn this stuff on. And we're just going to go out and put a pulse former right here. And pulse former looks like this. Place it on the ground. And then we shall dig our hole. And go like that. And piston. And sorry guys if I check over there. As you guys can see, it can be fairly complicated. We're going to put this piston up here. Just dig ourselves out of this hole that we dug ourselves in. Delete that because it's not necessary. And then I do believe it's the toggle latch. Where are you, toggle latch? Yeah, there are. Sometimes it's just so hard to find these redstone cell things. Alrighty, and now we're going to go like this with our red outline, which I don't even know why I put way over here. I have really bad inventory management, guys. I'm sorry. And then we're going to go like that. Place your wireless transmitter here. And I'll just hook it up to these lights right here, which are on 200 and 300. Let me just go check that real quick. Yeah, 200 and 300. And I'll just make a note of this. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Just checking, guys. Can't hurt. And we'll just kind of like go up this way a little bit. I think that's enough. And you'll see why later. And we shall put a receiver here. And this is basically the turn-off switch. And I have the turn-off switch on this one set to be 100, so why not? Just set this one to be 100. And then we shall another pulse former. Just so that if you flick a lever to do this, it won't mess anything up. Where's my pulse former? They all look so much alike. I don't know which was my pulse former. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alrighty. So, pulse former. And then we have a AND gate. AND gate right there, and basically, yeah. And then we need some half strip thingies right here, and that may be right. Hold on. The first one's pretty easy. I'm pretty sure that's just all you do. Yes, that is correct. That's all you do. For the first one, that's all you need to really set up. And we can test this out right now just to see. And it turns on. And if we were to flick this one, which is the turn off switch. Hold on for a second. Oh, yeah. That's why I need a redstone torch here. Basically, guys, that's why it didn't turn off, because the AND gate basically was trying to tell it that there was something next to it that was on. So there you go, now it turned off. So now we're going to build this little piston contraption over here. So we need a repeater, just vanilla repeater. Set to full, and then we need, like that, I do believe. Yeah. And then we go like that. No, it's not like that. It's just 2 blocks and then a piston. I know there's a lot of pistons, but really you can make this as far away from your base as you want, and because it has wireless redstone. And to be honest, guys, this uses a lot of wireless redstone, so if this is vanilla for you, then stack up on some ender pearls. Why do I have so much red? Oh my goodness. Alrighty, and then so we go like that. And basically your next one's going to be right here, and we're basically going to repeat the process just with a few minor changes to kind of correlate it all together. Piston back again. I know guys, I have really bad inventory management. You don't need to tell me. But feel free to leave other things in the comments. And then we go here, and this is where it kind of gets a bit different. We have another AND gate here, which again is just to make sure that this one over here is already on before you turn this one on. Just like so. And actually you need to get your screwdriver out and shift right click this a few times until you get this one red torch off. Basically it's only asking for these 2 inputs to be on. And then we need our toggle latch, which I probably stuffed somewhere in here. There it is. And sorry this is a bit tedious, guys. This is a fairly in-depth tutorial. Or it's just kind of a fairly kind of tedious tutorial. I don't know. And then we kind of repeat this process a little bit. So you go 2 out here, and then you have your thing here. And we're going to set this to 300 because that's what our other light is set to. And then we have our wireless receiver. Set to 100, which is our turn off. Nope, not 1000. Nope. Okay. And we have a pulse former, which is right here. And then we have an AND gate, which is somewhere in here. There it is. And again, you can continue this as long as you want. That's the real beauty of this system, is that it's just so continuous, and it memorizes the last one it's on. It's really, really good. Yeah, I know I'll put stuff there. Hold on. So we need to go like this and like that. So this needs a NOT gate, because basically we are saying right here, that's a NOR gate. No, I have a NOR gate. A NOT gate. Right here, and just shift right click with your screwdriver a couple times until you see the output face only this way. All these other ones are grayed out. And then you have a null cell. And basically what a null cell does, it's this little cool one. And it looks pretty much exactly like what it does. It basically is just like, it's an intersection between redstone wires. And it makes them so they don't connect, pretty much. So even though this one's in the same block technically as this one, they don't touch each other or interact in any way. So yeah, so basically what we just did, and we need a redstone torch to power this one. So, because this is made to be continued really, but for the sake of time, I'm only doing 2 of them. And so this will continue along here, then go here and turn off this one, or yeah, turn off this one whenever this one is pressed. But the cool thing about it is like you might be saying, but wouldn't it, once this thing is pressed, won't it turn it on because it's a toggle latch? But that is a no, because it's the AND gate right here, which tells it if it's on or not. So there it is, guys. That should work. To be honest, I'll make another. That's not what I wanted. I wanted this one, and it's set to 100 like that, just so you guys can see it turn on. And obviously, guys, if you had more of these, you need another one of these, like right here, and then right here, and right here, as is shown right here. Actually, I didn't set that up, did I? Oh, such a noob. Wow. Yeah, if you'll notice, guys, both of the lights turned on because, you guys probably noticed that, and I probably just completely lost track of my train of thought, and I just blanked out. But basically what you need to do is a stone cover there with redstone here, and then a pulse former here, and then a state cell. I do like state cells. And then a state cell, just normal values. So it's pointing this way, the little red chip is facing that way. And then you should be good. And actually, I need to do this. Boop. And now you should be good. Alrighty, so that should work. Yeah. See, one light turns on. Next light turns on. Off. Off. On. On. Off. Off. And you can see if you have like a long string of these, it's a really, really nice system for memorization techniques and stuff. Like I said, I want to use it for note blocks so it can memorize which note block goes in which order, and if I take out a note block, it remembers which one to take out. It's really, really nice system, so make sure to tune into my video on the note block system, because I will definitely be using that, and you just guys get to see how it all comes together. So I'll probably put an annotation when that video is up. So if you're watching this at a later date, then you shall see that. If you're not, then stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you need to do to see that video, because it shall be amazing. So this has been CornsyrupMinecraft with another tutorial on mod pack stuff. So see you next time, guys.